I suppose you're just always looking for a kind of a threesome.
Okay, well, hey Melua, how are you doing?
Hello, good, how are you?
I want to start at the beginning. When did you first start thinking about the follow-up for pictures?
Oh, I thought you were going to go right back to the beginning.
No.
Okay, when did I first start thinking? Well, I mean, every time, you know, as soon as you finish a record, as soon as you're out of the studio, I do find myself quite keen to go back and make another one. But I suppose as this album, The House, started to kind of be born after I was finishing off the tour last year for pictures. And then I decided to sort of take some time off because I felt like I'd worked, you know, on 3 records pretty quickly. And I wanted to, you know, spend a lot of time writing the material, you know, to just so that it was, until I was completely happy with it. Also because Mike wasn't going to be involved, and we work pretty fast. Together as a team, we work very fast, but on my own, I'm not as fast. So I wanted to just take the time for it. So it kind of slowly started happening at the start of last year.
But initially you wrote alone?
Well, no, not really. I started pretty much from the beginning. I started, you know, trying out different writers and different collaborators and co-writers, and I went to loads of people, and it was amazing. It kind of felt, I kind of feel like I went through this pilgrimage of songwriting last year. You know, I've tried sort of writers from one side of the spectrum to the other side of the spectrum, and you know, every single one was just an incredible lesson, and learned so many things, but you know, they kind of have nothing in common. You know, artists are very we're quite a weird bunch, you know, everyone's different, and the only thing I found we all had in common was I suppose, well, and that they all had in common was that they were all great songwriters. So it was a pleasure to be able to connect with them and make songs with them.
But were you specifically looking for something with these songwriters?
I suppose you're just always looking for a kind of a threesome, meaning a threesome between you, the writer, and the song. You know, just so that there's a connection. You know, that there's some kind of a link up between you two and the song. Like sometimes I've had writing sessions, and you know, there's sort of a lot of egos in the room, or you know, you have writers when the song isn't big enough for 2 writers. So you kind of have to just gauge that. But even sort of writers that were kind of either too conservative for me or not conservative enough, everything was just a brilliant experience. It had to happen.
And what's the advantage for you of having a co-songwriter?
Again, it depends. I mean, having worked with all sorts of different collaborators, I ended up working mostly with Guy Chambers on The House, and I wrote with Guy 5 songs for this record, and then with Rick Knowles 2 songs. What's the advantage? I suppose it's not about an advantage or a disadvantage, it's just about, you know, seeing what you create together. And if the songs kind of make you feel something, I mean, I always find a really good song feels different in my mouth when I sing it. And I suppose with a co-writer, what you're looking for is songs that taste really, really good.
But do you need someone? Because you work together with a lot of people, and all the songs were written with somebody else?
No, not all of them, actually. No, there was the title track, The House. I did that one on my own, and then also No Fear of Heights.
And what do these writing sessions look like?
What do they look like?
Is it like a ping-pong match between you and your co-writer?
No, it's never like a competition or a sort of or a match, I'd say. It's kind of, I'm quite an open writer. Like I'm really up for sort of going to the edges and just trying anything. And what was incredible about Guy Chambers was that he's very much like that too. So I don't know, we'd just sort of, we'd be usually in his studio, and over coffee in the morning, kind of just talk about British weather and things like that, and then a conversation might come up that had something to do with something, and then, me or him would say a phrase like "moment of madness" or "I'd love to kill you," and then either one of us would be like, okay, we've got to write a song about that. And so we, just slowly sort of open it up, unfold it, and then it'd be finished by the end of the day.